home. Yet another game. Oh my god, this loading is taking so much time. I'm not sure did you hear. Anyway, welcome to 1v1. I'm not gonna edit the video. I was like ready to play, but let's roll. As some have suggested, I should like pause and let's try this thing. So let's look what the trucks are all about. So firstly, the Soulmaster here, my good old friend. Should play? Okay. I mean play? No? What? Okay, I'm confused. So, airport, supply depot, barracks, and airfield for the Soul as an opening. And for our Midori, which is our yet another unknown guy, which I have no idea who he is placing armor base and artillery just like Liquid Cat would do. And yeah, armor base, supply depot. Yeah, so I'm not gonna bother with explaining more openings now. Let's just head on. So Soul is not making double aircraft. He's just he's researching something. Nah, he's probably he's making paratroopers. So a typical tank graveyard opening where you just make 3 depots, make air, and just send paratroopers somewhere running. Makes total sense. We see the armor base, artillery base open, and I want to make sure can he protect from Paris. So this is probably a fortified position, but I think it is. Let me check. Yeah, it was a fortified position which got cancelled. I don't know, maybe on accident. Nobody ever knows. There's certain times when I tried to reposition my fortified and then just cancelled it, and I was like, it hurts me so much. So, will he snipe? So there's an Anson in the middle. I'm not sure why Anson is there, but it's for tanking damage. But it would be kinda... It barely survives. And yeah, these camels make good work of paratroopers and these paratroopers as well. So not that great of a drop, but still the guns will probably should finish them up, unless for this one. So yeah, so terror is up. Good strategy so far from the Midori, making good use. Another oh, the regular infantry. That's something I need to learn too. Make barracks start running toward the French base. They won't have an infantry for the whole game, so why would you miss out on the infantry? So the Soul manages to get at least 1 paratrooper to the objective, which is really nice. I think he could destroy it. Even I don't think the Panzer Panhard can actually get him. Midori is spamming 3 Panhards. No problem with that. Sorry, my mouse is a bit laggy. I'm putting some pressure. Doesn't quite get the Panhard, but I'm sure he will get that supply depot. After that, he follows with a Hurricane and a regular Anson to be able to snipe the Panhards, I would presume. As we knew from the previous matches, where the Liquid Cat played against, if I'm right, Speedfire on the Blitz map, it's all about getting the fire bombers to punish the Panhards, and if you can punish the recon, you can punish all else, especially not losing. Oh, but it dodges. Well, yeah, the thing about Hurricanes, they're not Stukas, so Midori is quite happily taking time to abuse the dodging mechanics, which are fine, I guess. It's part of a play. I know it's been suggested for the tournaments that you can't really dodge those, but well, if the game was supposed to be made that way, it's not like there's no other way to destroy Panhards. It actually requires skill, especially with Panhards. They're so slow. I'm like able to do like some dodging with, I don't know, like with German recons. I never really understood the proper way the dodging is done. Let's see if he does it again. Nope, it doesn't. He did the twitch move, but turn ratio, I don't know. Maybe it's easier to practice like with German recons if you ever want to do that. It's easier practice with the German recons on bullets, and then have your friend like send a plane after plane, preferably not Stukas, because I don't think you can dodge Stukas. It just doesn't happen. Stukas are really locked onto their target, and there's no way. So let's talk about the thing I missed. Is that yeah, they're both on equal terms as far as depots go. So 3 versus 3 depots, nothing much really going on. I've seen the Midori investing more in recons and not so much in an air defense. But yeah, his second plan, as we already saw, is to get an airport after the anti-tank. Artillery base. So he could effectively kill and hopefully force Brits to adjust with the Spitfires. And that's probably what is upgrading right now. So because the Soul really needs like some kind of buffer, and Spitfires are really more cost efficient than regular AA, and you can't really do like things with Hurricanes that much against enemy fighters, even if they're half decent. So Danson goes around, takes a peek of what's going on. Soul isn't really using infantry to harass, but that's okay since he will lose it anyway, because the Panhards are everywhere. And the Soul only got like one Panhard there. I'm not really sure where he got the other kills, probably from the depots and else. And I think Madeira got 2 planes, and paratroopers definitely. Oh, I'm not quite following whether he lost the depot or not. Maybe you could spot it yourself. Anyways, the depot count is even. That's all it matters at the moment. There's a serious fight going on in a middle. The Camels are really helping out against Spitfires, and Midori is being able to take a couple of planes down. Even more so, but the Anson is undefeated. So that's 2 planes. Not a biggie. He has air recon on his own, but he can't really secure cities. Really starting to wonder when this is going to go for the 4th depot, or I don't know. Last games I see, it's quite air heavy. The whole games are quite air heavy and less focused on tanks, because the air does so much better and faster in general. So we won't see any crazy tank plays so far. Except for that one game, the first game I believe, versus Quebec, where we see the Super Pershings, which are super cost efficient tanks in general. It would be fun to see some like tank strategies, but remember these are high level plays, and well, it mostly every game requires an air to be played, and for the most part, a couple of nations can always open air, and if you really want to get tanks, you get tanks after that. Or you start with like 2 tanks. Tanks are usually used to fill in the gaps. They aren't really good at taking damage as per se, but they are required to basically fill the voids in your defense really good, or react against infantry, and even more so against infantry. There are sometimes a little better options like Weakers or really small kind of tanks or bombers or something like that. Alright, so far it's been back and forth, but it seems that Midori is able to get an upper edge, especially with cleaning the city out, and after that managing to push Camels a little bit. So this is definitely like a small pig by pig game. The Soul has decided that he needs Bofors as well as a couple of artillery, because you need to kind of punish the French for overextending. He doesn't have he doesn't have Hurricanes no more, which is kind of sad, because there are Panthers just running around, and I believe he's investing mostly in Spitfires, which is a rather good choice, and I don't see any. Anyway, the Panhard spots the artillery, and it gets immediately taken out. And let's see if he gets played in return. Yes, he gets 2 planes in return, and but the fighters seem to get back. Yeah, no Spitfires lost. At least it seems so. So yeah, 2 planes for artillery. The artillery is pretty costly, but not that costly. The 2 planes were certainly more worth more. Oh, and Soul didn't see the chance he could get with with infantry. Actually, still doesn't see. Come on, it's even blitzed. This would be an easy tank win there, but he's probably more focused on this tank. And now it's kind of too late to capitalize on this tank. And I think the Midori understood the danger he was facing there with sending his tank just straight in. Especially there's an AT in the woods, but I don't think he really spotted the guy in the city. Pretty cool placement. There's nothing really from the British side to harass this AA posts, and Midori is gonna take it slow, mainly because I think it's some kind of a respect against this Air Force, and we'll move really slowly because the Air Forces indeed carry. He, as a French, has no real means to dominate the air as far as the game goes as of now, and Seoul is playing pretty defensively, but the problem with playing defensively is that it's 4 versus 3 depots, yes, and the Seoul haven't yet expanded, so playing defensively isn't going to be the most efficient play now. And I think he's starting to realize that and starts pumping infantry out to maybe push some distance back. And of course, the Midori immediately reacts with sending his tanks a bit back. And I think he will try to pick off one by one and hopefully protect his AA guns. Yeah, so his basic plans is to strafe AT because he has no other options of that. And then he's going to use tanks against infantry. And hopefully he will succeed in protecting these tanks, this city, because this city is like one of the core elements there. So Sol tries to split his infantry, but there's simply not enough manpower, and it's strangely, but yeah, the Midori gets a little bit of upper hand, but Sol sneakily pushes the depot. Okay. So that's pretty cool. He's got the depot, but I see no way from to hold it as of yet. I guess they're like focused on that side more because obviously no one spotted this depot yet, and the tanks aren't moving. But there are Zhaos, so I will presume the Sol gets a little bit money, and then the Zhaos will come in and bomb. And there's a couple more artillery, so this side is really getting really hard to play for the British, especially with the strafing stuff in. I would attribute it to the kind of the camels. Once the camels acquire the what's it called, like critical mass, it's really hard to play against friends in general because you get like picked off at all times. Okay, no Spitfires lost so far, so it's like more like strafing. But yeah, the depot is getting punished. And it all started with like innocent snipes in the city, you know, one infantryman there, one infantry there, move camels, and suddenly you're like surrounded against French, and you have Zhaos in the middle, and your AT guns are getting wrecked. It's really hard. I guess we are doing an upgrade on anti-tank base. Not really sure what is going on. Probably like a static anti-tank. I mean, the wheeled. The one that is tank destroyer would be the correct word for that. Yeah, the tank destroyer archers coming out. I don't particularly like archers. I've never used them efficiently, and they're cheap and they're efficient at what it does, but they still can't really face. So I don't know. They're like the middle tier, and I've never seen it used. Like I would always use the $5 one, but of course in this situation it makes total sense to go for the archers because well, you're just getting like your regular AT just sniped. There is no way. I wonder. The recon is still kind of up, but yeah, the French have massive surround and basically could expand behind it. Of course, the Midori doesn't like to expand behind it, and would happily just push further, especially since he doesn't need that much of an economic advantage. He has one depot, it's fine. He can just relocate and capitalize on the win. That is what makes him a good player. Because the general like mediocre players which are considered good usually will expand behind, but if you already have economic edge, there's no actual need to expand behind unless you want to like troll enemy. Like it's just making games longer, and you're just starving. You just get what you need, and there's no problem. He's kind of going in like just like that, and already we see a true counter to it. He's just gonna pull a 10 buck 80 guns, or even 5 buck 80 ones. It's hard to judge, and he will have such an amazing combined arms that there's nothing really much you can do. The Spitfires punish. Come on, blitz, blitz. Yeah, 4 planes. 1 plane. That was a really good exchange by Soul. The Spitfires finally did their amazing job. So yeah, it's the 10 buck ones coming out. This should be quite scary. Also, the guppies are punishing them. There's not much you can do. And the sows, even the sows will damage. I think sows will even damage like a couple of AP shell. Assault gun, yeah, it makes 6 damage, not too shabby. It can even like suppress a bit of archer. I mean, not like really bad or anything, but still an extra damage and extra damage. So we get like first snipes. I'm not sure if this snipe was worth it, because it will definitely lose the Spitfire. This stack is just amazing. I don't know what Soul could really done. The goopies, the everything. I don't know. The artillery shelter wouldn't work as well, so you basically need like this armored artillery, which is a pretty big investment in general. But yeah, combined arms are combined arms. It's really hard to fight against a competent player who has already taken the positions and holds like a really flexible nation like France, and is in open with money and already pushed. There's not much you can do, especially with UK. I mean, UK is great and whatnot. One thing I would like, if there's one game changer, I think that would be like trying to bomb it all and just like bomb, because the France, all units are quite susceptible to bombers. Okay, the salvo goes out there. I've never used much bombers as UK. It's funny because I say that, but since the UK is their nation, but there are certainly more, like I used always more Italian bombers, American bombers even. I don't really use much of the UK bombers, especially like maybe in 3v3 games or something, but not in like 1v1s ever. But I think against France, it's the bombers or assault guns are definitely the thing you want to get. There's no better way of beating France than those forementioned units. The camels are still dominating the scene. The Soul is just not giving up. He's willing to fight. The Midori sneaks in recon and probably tries to take out a couple of planes, which he does. The plane gets up routing and will just go back. Funny. Just made a quick lap and it's back. And now it should be surrender. Like, I would call the surrender now. Oh, the final push may be there, because you lost the planes. I mean, if I lose planes in my base, like to a recon, I'm surrendering, but not Soul. Soul never surrenders. So the final push. Let's see if the combined arms can beat the Sextons. Armor 1. Yeah, archers doing their job. No AT guns left. Wonder if another salvo would do it. Fun battle. Great game. Soul managed to equalize well, but didn't capitalize on using Spitfires early enough and efficiently enough, but well, there's so much you can do, especially against France, who has pretty good anti-air capabilities compared with I don't know, with other nations, I guess. So launches the beacon, trying like to prolong the game, but I know.
5 minutes left.
I think it was over a bit ago. Although I really liked a couple of Soul's plays with, especially with Spitfires and whatnot. Really solid France opening from Midori. I like that. I'm still holding on. Soul refuses to surrender. Oh, interestingly enough, he took like a lot of damage. He just relocated and actually sustained way more. He was getting like full salvo out of it.
Left.
Up. Yep, didn't manage to get it up. No surrender yet. I wonder if Soul knows who he's playing against. He's like, I will never surrender. I am the master of your soul. Okay. 3 minutes. Well, he won't get minor defeat as well. So it's more like this finish. And I see no like cheesy finishes. Just regular guppies. Everything moves in. Yeah, I think the Midori could finish him off with like anti-aircraft guns. That would be like, that is always fun. Just storming the base with AA guns and taking out the headquarters with AA guns. Still no surrender from Soul, but I doubt he will last the 2 minutes. Not possible, especially with all the guppies carrying loads and all the units ready to pounce. Up. Oh, Soul, did you try to make a... Oh, the surrender is here. Finally. We didn't get the paratroopers off. Alright, well, that was a quite interesting game. We'll see you next episode or something.